Wow. Good number now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and what time it is where you're joining me from. This is Zoliswa Cheche, and I welcome you to Speak It with Zoliswa, where we get to talk about anything and everything that is mindset related. As a mindset advocate, babes, we're mindset. I thought I should just drop by and just check in and find out how is your spring. It's the very first time that I'm speaking with you, and I'm saying with you because this is a platform where we get to interact. In this month of September, it's a beautiful season indeed. In the last week, I had an opportunity to just drive all the way from Johannesburg to the Western Cape, following the N12 route towards the Northern Cape, and then I came back from Western Cape to Port Elizabeth, the beauty of South Africa, via the Garden Route, and then from Port Elizabeth to Johannesburg, which is where I am speaking to you from today. And during all of that period, I just learned so much about the lessons that are everywhere around us. All the messages that we take for granted surrounded me, and I was present. I was willing to listen. When I was driving, or my co-driver was driving, and I was just observing and appreciating nature, I was there. And I just thought, let me share with you what came through for me in the course of the last 5 days that I've been on the road. So this is a reminder that on Monday, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m., we are going to continue with Mindset Monday on Speak It with Zoliswa right here on this platform, where Khawo Motsime and myself will be led by chapter 3 of this book here that is entitled I Serve. The chapter that we're going to be talking about is entitled What's Your Power? And so I thought, let me come and give you a little bit of just a reminder if you are even ready to discover or rediscover what your power is. So as I was traveling, when you travel a long distance, either you're going to be going through the mountains or passing the ocean, but on the road in long distances, you are bound to come across a lot of trucks, a lot of long haul trucks that transporting, distributing, logistics, whatever it is that they are moving from one town to the other, one city to the other. But you're going to be met by them. Very friendly people, especially on two-way roads where there's only one lane going towards one direction, and you can't see what's in front of you, because many times you cannot see what is in front of you and you need some guidance. And of course, they will guide you. They will indicate to you that the road is clear. And if you trust, which is something that I had to learn, then you can overtake. Only by believing that the people that are giving you that guidance are there. Welcome, Tin says, oh yes, amen, yes, I can't wait. Oh yes, tomorrow we are going to be at it at 6 p.m. I am so looking forward to it as well, Tin. So the tracks, what came through for me as I kept overtaking a lot of trucks on this road, especially the narrow road in the Northern Cape, was the length of these trucks and how they were connected to the head, what is it called? More like a locomotive. I don't know why. I know it's a locomotive in a train. I don't know if that is the correct word to use in terms of a truck, but I will use the word locomotive. English is not my mother tongue. You will understand what I'm talking about though. So I kept looking at how connected they were. You know, sometimes when a truck moves, swerves towards the side to give you way so that you can overtake, there is almost some kind of a jackknifing that happens. So you can see the different segments moving like that, especially if it has more than 2 segments. You will see it moving like that, and you realize that there are points where it is connecting to enable it to turn corners with ease when it has to do that. So it's not one long continuous thing, but there are connections. Now, these connections are nothing if the locomotive or the head of that truck is not working. If you are disconnected as I'll call it the containers, if the containers are for some reason or another disconnected to the head, then they are never going to reach the destination. Whoever is expecting those deliveries can expect and expect no more, but it is never going to happen because there is a disconnection with the source. And remember, this is the source that navigates and give us the way and show us where we are supposed to be navigating. Remember, I said from where I was driving behind a long haul truck, I myself was not connected to the truck, but I could not see my way forward because there was this huge barrier, which is a truck in front of me. Now imagine if that connection between the truck and its container is not there. And this got me thinking as I kept driving through these mountains, the long range of mountains that reminded me of the infinite power that is all over around us. As we passed the ocean along the garden route, and I looked at the water coming closer to the shore, and when it gets there, it's like something says, this is as far as you can handle. Go back, and you can come back again if you want to play this game of life. All of those things reminded me that there has to be a source that is bigger than what I can see with my visible eye, that is in control of everything. And if this source is in control of everything, am I connected to the source? Now, using the analogy of a truck, and then says, overtaking trucks is one of my nightmares. It's my nightmare as well. But when situations are such that if I don't overtake this truck, I'm going to remain stagnant, I'm going to remain fixated in the same place, then I just have to allow myself to surrender. I have to allow trust, and I have to go over to the other side because I know that I have a target that is waiting for me. I cannot reach the destination after 10 p.m. because there is a curfew, and I don't know what would happen if 10 p.m. strikes and I'm still on the road. So there are situations like that in life where you just have to let go and surrender and believe in a higher power, in a source that can see those areas of your life that you cannot see, so that you can get guided. A power that is going to provide a lamp to your feet, a power that is going to provide light to your path so that you can navigate and go forward. Even when there is fog in front of you and you can only see 50 meters range, that power is the power that's going to say, carry on, because all that you need at this stage is to just see the one baby step that you can move towards. It's only when you get there that you will then get the new, renewed, restored, new power that is going to enlighten, or that is going to create some kind of or shed light into which is the next step that you are going to take. So this whole connection of the locomotive to the container of the truck for me has been the reminder of how important it is to connect to the source, how important it is as this spiritual being that I have in human experience to remember to connect to the source. And if I am a spiritual being, then with no doubt, my source is going to be the spirit itself, the spirit himself, the spirit herself. That is who I am. And many times we forget along the way as to who we are. We find ourselves getting stuck in certain situations that are muddy, that are uncontrollable because we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that the moment you get disjointed from the head of the truck, then the head of the truck is going to continue because it knows the road. It can see in front of itself. It knows where to navigate, but you have been left behind and you do not have the steering power. You do not have the steering system to move forward on your own. Remember your source. Remember your source, because your source does not it does not reside in the body that you live in, because you are not a human body. You are a spiritual being having this beautiful human experience where we have come to grow and recreate ourselves anew to become the grander versions of the chosen aspects of the life that we wanted to come into this world to grow. So I thought, let me just give you a sneak preview of what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. We're going to be talking about what's your power. And as I always say, our videos are not scripted. We only know up until now that we are going to be talking and guided about this chapter that is entitled What's Your Power? And this is an opportunity for you to remind yourself that there is a power in you that sits somewhere that you may have forgotten about. And that power is ready to be birthed. It's ready to manifest if only you allow it as a vessel unto its honor. Do you have your book already? If you don't know what I'm talking about, where have you been? This book is entitled I Serve. I'm the author of the book. And for the next, well, it's 10 weeks in total. For the next 8 weeks, starting from this week, we are going to be taking a chapter from the book and we'll be led by that chapter. The idea really is to take the principles, apply them on our lives. So it's more like the application of the lessons that come through as we read the books. Gone are the days where we would read a book like a novel, feel good about it, and forget about it afterwards. Let us allow ourselves to be transformed. Every opportunity you get to read a chapter from any book, ask yourself, what is this? That's what my friend said this morning. What is this? What does it mean to me? How do I capitalize on it? How do I take the positive aspects of it so that I can apply it into my own life to become a bigger and better version, spiraling upwards? What is this? So tomorrow we'll be taking chapter 3 of the book. If you don't have your own book as yet, if you're not in South Africa, Amazon.com is your best bet. You can get the copy there, both the Kindle version as well as the hard copy on Amazon.com, or on Smashwords.com. It's an ebook version available there. For people that are in South Africa, Takealot.com has got the book because Amazon will be too expensive because of the shipping costs to your country. So Takealot.com is your best bet. However, it may take time before it gets to you. We at our premises, that is my premises, have a few books that are available while stocks last. That can be couriered to you immediately. We'll use the overnight service to get this book through to you. We've done a lot of deliveries in the last few days for the people that are ready to continue and start with the program with us tomorrow. Make sure that you get yours. So you can just drop me a private message and say, I'm interested in the book. How do I make payment? And then we'll give you the details. You send us your delivery address details, and voila, it will be coming to you. The book goes for 240 Rand at takealot.com. It goes for the same price at our premises as well. And the delivery fee will be complimentary. So we'll take care of that. If you are in South Africa, we will just deliver the book without charging you any delivery fee. And of course, you can't walk this road alone. If you really want to get a body and walk the path with them, you cannot share the book with anyone because it's more like a journal. It has spaces that are blank, like this one here, that allow you to write your own story. Remember, I said, what is this? So when you read and something comes through for you, an insight comes through for you, the what is this is recorded there. Therefore, whenever you want to get this book or to go through this journey, you might want to buy an additional book for somebody else you will walk the journey with, because you're not going to share it unless you don't have a problem sharing your own intimate insights that come through for you with somebody else. If you get more than one copy, you will give you in a little bit of a discount. So I will get the book through to you at 200 Rand each, and we will still not charge you any delivery fee if you are in South Africa. So if you want 2 of these, 400 Rand is what you would give as an investment, and we will have these coming through to you by tomorrow. Don't waste time. Make sure that you get a copy of this so that you can have more of a connection with us as we are going to continue with this journey with the next 8 weeks that are remaining. And I urge you to act now. Rather join us in this 10 weeks that we are doing this live complimentary, because we're going to have a workshop at the end of the lockdown where people will come together for an all-day workshop, and we're going to be going through these principles. The workshop is going to cost 2,400 Rand a person. Now, that is 10 times of what the book costs. If you get your book at 240 Rand, then join us and just use your Wi-Fi coverage or your data for the next 8 weeks to be with us as we go and deliberate on each chapter. You will have saved yourself a lot. That's the principle we should live by. Let's continue to save ourselves a lot by acting timelessly and acting immediately. Where do we, top fans, get the Ling Alarm Brothers hoodie? We'll make that available. That's a call. We will definitely make that available. I love that message. And of course, Tintin says, what is this? What is this indeed? That is what is going to be coming through for you, because the time has come that people wake up and ask questions. And I can tell you that definitionally speaking, there cannot be a question without an answer. The answers are lying somewhere within us, and the interpretation of the answers that have always been sitting there, wondering about lackadaisically in our minds as ideas, will only form and shape themselves into the answers that we would like to apply to our questions only when we begin to direct our attention to that. So allow yourself an opportunity to grow. Allow yourself an opportunity to open up and see what is around you that requires your attention. What is around you that is purpose-driven, that you are called to breathe our oxygen for. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., your slot is reserved. Make sure that you join us on Speak It with Zoliswa. That's the page on Facebook. Healthy Functional Relationships. That is the page on Facebook as well. And on YouTube is going to be Zoliswa TV. Those are the 3 platforms where you can join us, and you don't have to reserve anything. Just make sure that you set yourself a reminder. And this is one of the appointments that you should never miss, because after this one, your life will never be the same again. I will see you tomorrow. I love you so much, and thank you so much for joining me. I am looking forward to you interacting tomorrow. It's a deal. Remember, this is only the beginning. The best is yet to come. Have a fantastic Sunday afternoon.